All right, Hany Rambod, thanks for your time, mate.
All right, thanks for having me.
No worries. Now, 13 titles, Olympia titles. You've coached people like Phil Heath, the greatest bodybuilder in the world, towards these titles. It's a remarkable achievement, and there's plenty more to come.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, we've had a great run. I mean, you know, we had started off with Jay Cutler in 09, 2010, and then every Olympia after that was been Phil Heath, and it's just been amazing. Nicole Wilkins, you know, the last 2 years, and obviously, you know, our athlete Jeremy Buendia last year for men's physique. It's just been a great run. I've been very, very blessed, and it's just all about making sure that you stay focused, and it's all about hard work.
Now, you've got a bachelor in biology, so yeah, and your titles, 13 of them speak for themselves, but how is each competitor different? How is Jay Cutler different to Phil Heath? How is Phil Heath different to other bodybuilders?
Well, you know, first of all, Phil Heath is different from Phil Heath himself, depending on where he's at in his program and what year it is. You know, you can't do the same thing and expect the same result, because your body's very dynamic. It changes, it gets used to things, you need to break things up. So everybody's different. So whether it's Jay or Phil or the amateur guy, you know, people don't know I still work with amateurs as well. So, you know, I don't work with as many as I used to because of Evogen and my brand, but at the same time I still do customized programs, and the key is making sure to figure out what that particular person needs at that time, whether it's trying to get a little bit bigger, get body parts bigger, muscles rounder, whether it's upper chest, which most people need, or width through the shoulders, or better taper, so they need to get lower lats, you know, better thigh sweep because they're trying to work on their legs. You know, whatever it is they're trying to do, get that game plan, create the blueprint, and then become the architect to put that all together so that you can have food, supplements, workouts, and then create the triangle. And I call it the magic triangle, because all of those work together to create that result that you need, which is going to be that winning formula.
And if you don't have one of them, the tripod falls down, right?
Absolutely. It's just one of those things where if you're off even the slightest on anything in terms of food or training or rest, recovery, what happens is it's like the weakest link in a chain. It doesn't work. It can't hold things together.
Now, you're sitting down with Phil Heath. Are you counting macronutrients? Are you counting?
Yes.
I mean, clearly, obviously, that's the first thing you do. Tell us about that, what you're doing when you're sitting down with Phil Heath. You're saying, all right, the Olympia is 12 months out. Let's sort of go through what we're doing with Phil coming into show day.
Well, what we do is Phil has a standard procedure of how much protein he's supposed to have. Everything revolves around protein. So, you know, things are very special because him and I we're a direct extension of each other because we've been working together for 10 years. So he knows that every 2.5 to 3 hours, he's supposed to be getting at least 50 grams of protein, and sometimes as high as 75. And what we do is we adjust it when he turns around and he's flying. He's going to Kuwait. The next day he's in Los Angeles. The next day he's in Dubai. The next day he's going to India. The next day he's in Melbourne. Then we have to make adjustments accordingly depending on kind of what he's been able to eat or not eat on a plane. So those things change. But the fundamentals stay the same. Protein every 3 hours, minimum 50 grams, and then carbohydrates throughout the day. And making sure if he wants a cheat meal, he has a cheat meal. When we're getting ready for a show, all that changes, and then all the variables come out because now the traveling stops. But that usually doesn't happen until about 12 weeks before the show.
So protein every 3 hours. Yep. Why is that?
Because you're trying to keep that positive nitrogen balance. You want to make sure that you have those building blocks that are going to help you with the recovery.
Hany, you're a legend. I'll let you get back to the fans. Thank you so much for your time, and look forward to seeing the more magic you create on the Olympia stage.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you again. Thank you.